All right, this is the watch list for January 20th, which will be Wednesday. Just a quick look at the SPY. You see we gapped up here this morning. I only worked really about the first 30 minutes this morning, which I'm going to be doing all week, just working the first 30 minutes to an hour, as my mother is in town visiting from Missouri. So, and actually, that to me, that's when I make most of my money on a normal day anyway, whether mom's here or not, is that first hour. So. And it was nice. I made about $1,000 in 10 minutes today on AEZS, and I was done for the day. So it didn't even give myself a chance to do anything stupid and give it back. So, but anyway, quick look at the SPY. We opened at 190. You can see the range of the day was fairly big, but it looks like we closed about the middle of the range. So generally in an ugly, weak market, and you get a gap up, it's usually a sell, right? They sell it off. I'm actually a little bit optimistic about the close, that it closed in the middle of its range. If we pan out, this is certainly an area down in between these two lines where buyers have stepped up. So, and it's gotten to this area pretty quickly. Am I bullish? No, but it's also, it's extended to the downside as far as the overall market. So is it time to short every tick? No, I'm trying to just pick and choose some good setups and play them. All right, so having said all that, FXCM, pan up, zoom in a little bit here. This has been on bounce watch for a few days and never gave a trigger, and it didn't do so again today. It's down. You can't see the 50-day on here. The 50 days are around 1019. It's getting close to that, and it's just another down day with pretty good size to the downside. So this one might be ready for a bounce. It's worth watching. TPX, which is Tempur-Pedic, the mattress company. This is really starting to get fast to the downside. Just about 4 sessions ago, this was $66, and it's got down to 54-ish today. Let me look here. It really gets interesting down between, down a little bit below 50. I don't know if they're going to get there, but this is nearing a spot where it's bounced off of pretty nicely. And when they get ahead of themselves to the downside in a very short period of time, they catch my attention, and I start looking to the left and seeing where it might bounce. So this is another one, especially if it can get down around 50. I want to watch it. Whoops, PLAY, typed that wrong. This is another one kind of getting fast to the downside. Nice bounces here off the 31 area back here and back here again. That was the August low. And you know what? It's gotten here in a hurry. This was $43 about a week ago, a little over a week ago. So if we can get down around 31, this one looks really nice. I'll be looking at it on an intraday basis for a bounce in that 31 area. Weight Watchers, I think it's time to start watching this one again. I had the Oprah run after the gap up all the way to 28. And now in a pretty short period of time, it's all the way back down around 12. The 200 days at 1068. The low of the gap up day was 1076. So if we get down around this 200 day, I think you're due for a pretty good bounce. It may never get there. It may gap below it. I don't know. So since I don't know how the market's going to open and or trade tomorrow, I don't have a, hey, I'm going to buy it right here type of idea. But I definitely want to watch Weight Watchers. It's getting to where it's overdue for a bounce. CDRB had a big move on, let's see, this was Tuesday, Monday was called, because this was on Friday. Then a small gap up today and sold off. Switching to 15-minute candles, you can see a really nice volume spike there, and it's just putting, it's still kind of honoring a downtrend line. So I just want to watch this. It goes on bounce watch. It never broke its early high today, which is the metric I look for to put something on bounce watch the next day. And again, I try to focus on stocks that have had recent high relative volume. All right, so CDRB, pretty good setup for a potential bounce tomorrow. NHTC was on bounce watch today. Didn't do anything with it, but again, I only traded the first hour. But it's kind of interesting here. Nice volume spike here. And there's the early high, 1848, and it came up very close to it a couple times. So I kind of like this over the half. So over 1850 tomorrow. Pan out using 15-minute candles. So here's that big push from the other day. And then it's kind of, a little trend line here, a little flag pattern. And it's trying to break to the upside here. So I like this over 1850 tomorrow. It might catch some of this momentum from the other day. All right, so I say this in every video, I try to watch things that have had recent, really high relative volume, high passionate moves, if you will. BSI, just want to watch this one again, kind of a quiet inside day today. goes back on watch. AEZS. This is the one I made my 1,000 on this morning. Called it on the first pullback right around 350, right in here, and it moved up to 380 pretty quickly. That was a nice percentage move in a very short period of time. It didn't close very strong, but I still, with the low float, and it did have news today. I don't like, it doesn't look very good when you look at the daily because it's closed near its lows, but you never know. If this thing can trade in narrow range tomorrow, then break to the upside, we could get another little mini squeeze like we had this morning. And then lastly, NXTD, very nice volume today. Somebody pointed out in pre-market this morning in the chat room, and I sort of dismissed it and said I don't really like trading stocks under $1, and ended up moving up good, probably 30% from where they mentioned it. So, nice volume today. I think that might be worth watching for a red to green tomorrow, something like that, and certainly worth keeping on watch all week. All right, I'm going to leave it at that, and we'll be looking for gappers in the morning. Hopefully we'll catch another AEZS like that in the morning. But other than that, this watch list, again, I'm not in love with it because I'm looking for bounce plays and longs, and it's a weak market. But anything can happen. So you just want to be ready and have these on charts and ready to go if they meet our intraday entry parameters. All right, so I'll quit babbling. We'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Have a good night.